Metro helicopter comes crashing down right onto a neighborhood street.
I don't know how he made it so straight down that street.
What may be behind the crash?
Snow, wind, and cold.
I didn't expect this in Vegas.
We're tracking the storm, so you know what to expect for tonight and tomorrow, whether you're heading out or staying in.
Preparing for tens of thousands of revelers.
They have it down basically to a science.
The sophisticated prep work it takes to make sure everyone stays safe this New Year's Eve.
Now, Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now at 6.
A cold, windy, and slightly snowy day, and New Year's Eve will be one of the coldest we've ever experienced. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Courvoiser.
And I'm Paula Francis. All day we've seen pictures of flurries flying in Las Vegas, and in some places snow was sticking around outside the valley.
Yeah, flakes could be seen this morning and early this afternoon. The official reading was just a trace. But check out these photos from Needles posted to the town's Facebook page. Now, it's not all that far from the hottest spot in the world, Death Valley. Even things there froze over. And if you need more proof of the cold, check this out. The water of the fountain out at Tuscan Villas, all ice.
Tonight we have team coverage of the snow and the cold. We start with Michael Stevens, who's really starting to feel the chill.
That's right, Paula. You know, you guys were just showing those videos. No flurries out right now, and the fountain behind me still hasn't frozen over yet, but it is definitely cold out here. And this afternoon, we really spoke with a lot of people in town that are headed to the Strip tonight. And there's one word that can really sum up our conversations this afternoon, and that's unprepared.
Well, I've only been here in the summer, so it is very cold compared to when I was last here in the summer. I really should have actually
A major difference for sure, and not everyone was ready for the burst of cold air. Up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, you'll see people shivering and even buying everything from hats to gloves and scarves from vendors on the street.
Anytime after 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the people just come over and take everything away. See the scarf and the hats and the gloves, all about, because it's very, this weather, especially now and tomorrow, it's brutal. So you got to be totally covered from head to toe. You have to, you got to do it.
Good advice there. Right now, it's big business for anyone selling winter gear on the Strip. That's why it's a good idea to be prepared ahead of time, meaning wearing everything from layers to hats, gloves, and scarves. And if you're drinking, EMS tells us that you'll need to be careful in this weather. While you may feel warm inside, hypothermia can set in, and that's no way to start the new year in 2015. Reporting live at the link, Michael Stevens, 8 News Now.
Thanks, Michael. Driving conditions aren't too bad in the valley, but other areas are a different story. These photos were sent to us on Twitter. They show snow gathering earlier today along State Route 163 on the way to Laughlin. Western Arizona is also getting hit with quite a bit of snow. Check out the drive on I-40 near Wickenburg. Poor traction slowed traffic there. The Arizona Department of Transportation closed eastbound lanes about 20 miles east of Kingman. 95 was also closed down between 14 and the Nevada-California border. The road is back open.
Now, there is a hard freeze warning out tonight, and the wind could make it feel colder. That always sounds so awful. Hard freeze. You know, you think the pipes are going to go.
That's why they say it, right?
Well, I guess so.
It gets your mind thinking. But here's the thing is when the winds blow, yeah, it's cold, but it's when the winds calm down is when it's coldest, Dave.
And then when you can get the fireworks to go,
yeah,
too.
and that's exactly what we need. That's what we're all looking for, right? All eyes are on me on how it's all going to look. Looks like right now we're looking at mainly cloudy skies. You can't quite see it out there right now, but the winds are about 10 miles per hour. Clouds around dew point at 14 right now, so the dew point has picked up compared to the dry dew point we had earlier. Our West Coast radar shows some reflectivity coming up over our area, but with that dew point still a little dry, this is not touching the ground. However, there's still a slight potential. We could see some flurries fly, but really not a big chance at all. Our West Coast radar shows those reflections that are popping up back and forth there, but we want to talk about that hard freeze warning. It goes into effect for tonight all the way till Friday, as those areas that you see shaded in purple will drop to the 20s tonight. That's how cold it's going to get. All right, here's your New Year's Eve forecast. Wind should stay on the light side, around 10, even less, 32 by 10 p.m. And at midnight, it's going to be 30 degrees and even colder, like we said, by 6 a.m. We'll talk more on that hard freeze warning coming up. We'll send it right back over to you, Paula.
We'll see you, Ted. Firefighters are wrapping up their battle against a house fire that sent heavy smoke pouring into that neighborhood. This is how big the fire was just a couple of hours ago. Started at a house in the Scotch 80s near Rancho and Oakey. The flames ripped through the home and spread to a nearby palm tree and the power lines.
The fire must have been massive by when it started. To come home to that is just terrible. I don't know what to think. Just, yeah, terrible.
We're told everyone made it out of the house safely, and firefighters are still looking into the cause of that fire. 2 Metro officers are recovering tonight after a helicopter crash. Their chopper ended up in the middle of a neighborhood street. The FAA says the officers reported having mechanical trouble just before crashing in a neighborhood near Eastern and Bonanza. The view from Chopper 8 shows broken blades and marks in the street. We spoke to one man who saw the helicopter go down.
Just sparks, and I seen it turn to the side, and everything came to a stop, and he jumped out just like that. I knew he was coming in for a landing, but he was coming in too fast.
I would say some pretty good piloting skills in order not to hit houses, light poles, or anything else in the area. So I think the pilots, from what we saw, did an outstanding job.
Both officers inside the helicopter were taken to UMC. We captured the moments they arrived there with an escort from other officers on motorcycles. We're told both officers should be okay.
Tonight, hundreds of thousands of people are headed to the Strip to celebrate the start of 2015. Now, the police and National Guard are in place, the barricades are up, and the streets are closing down as we speak. Tonight, we have team coverage on all things New Year's Eve. Lauren Rozyla's on the ground as excitement starts to build. But first, Ken Smith joins us live from Chopper 8 with a view from up there. Ken?
All right, yeah, we are up here about 800 feet above the ground looking right over the Las Vegas Strip, and right now Metro is in the process of the final stages of shutting down Las Vegas Boulevard from Sahara to the north all the way down to about Hacienda to the south, which is just south of Tropicana. There are a few cars left there up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, but to give you an example of some of the road closures that are taking place, including right here around Flamingo and Courvoiser Lane, all traffic being diverted on the north and southbound Courvoiser Lane. It's really affecting I-15 though, both on the northbound and southbound side. Nobody can make their way to the Strip heading toward the east, so it's causing some big backups here on I-15 heading northbound. Everybody mainly in the right-hand lane. The next exit where everybody can get off is Sahara, so it's really causing some huge delays on northbound I-15 just heading up to Sahara. Meanwhile, the other direction here, as I swing the camera the opposite direction, looking at the southbound side of I-15, you'll find some additional heavy delays, especially here, right here along Dean Martin Drive, and also along Interstate 15 heading south, just approaching Tropicana and Russell Road. So all the closures are in full effect now for the most part. Just a couple of little leftover stray cars. By 6:30 tonight, you will have pedestrians actually out here on Las Vegas Boulevard. Keep in mind, if you're looking for a ride home, RTC, the buses are officially free. That's my favorite 4-letter word. It is free between now and 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Even the monorail offering only $1 rides. For all the complete list for all our closures along the Strip, you can go to our website at 8newsnow.com, or you can click on our little app there on your iPhone or your other smartphones. Reporting live here near the Strip, I'm Ken Smith, 8 News Now.
Thanks, Ken. Months of planning for one giant party on New Year's Eve.
I'm Patrick Walker.
Boy, a lot of work goes into coordinating all the logistics to get the Strip ready for the New Year's Eve celebration. 8 News Now reporter Patrick Walker live outside Caesars Palace with an inside look at how it all comes together. Patrick.
Yeah, Dave, I think when folks come out here to celebrate, hundreds of thousands of folks, to celebrate all of the New Year festivities out here, they don't realize just what goes into putting all of this together. Let me give you a couple of numbers real quick just to give you an idea. 6 miles of barricades, people barricades to keep folks where they need to be. That's on top of many more miles that are up along the Strip. For places without restrooms, county crews have placed dozens of portable toilets, and that's not including the all-hands-on-deck staffing levels for county crews. As an example, 114 extra firefighters from Clark County alone come out here to be ready in case anything happens. But while crews have had a few days to set all of this up, it also must come down, and that's a process that happens very fast.
Those barricades are collected in an orderly fashion to open up the traffic. The trash is collected, and by 3 o'clock in the morning, everything's completed.
Wow. 3 o'clock in the morning, 26 street sweepers moving in unison to get the streets back to normal and looking somewhat like this. And a crew of 85 people have just under 3 hours to get that done. And as for all of the garbage that collects out here, by the night's end, 40 tons of garbage will be collected by county crews, and all of that will have to go somewhere. They'll get it up off the strip and into the landfills. Reporting live, I'm Patrick Walker, 8 News Now.
Thanks, Patrick. Some amazing statistics. Paramedics and ambulances are moving into place on the strip right now. AMR and Medic West will be all along Las Vegas Boulevard, ready to help anyone who gets sick or injured. They spent the day packing up vehicles and briefing employees. 150 first responders will be assigned to work the strip. There'll also be an extra 20 ambulances assigned to the area. AMR and Medic West will also be staffing 3 tents. Those are in front of the Link, Caesar's Palace, and the Aria. There, paramedics will treat a majority of the patients and then release them.
It's a very efficient system that we've developed over the last 15, 16 years, and it helps take away some of the stress on the hospitals.
AMR and Medic West typically see between 100 and 200 patients on New Year's Eve.
And tonight's fireworks show set to be a spectacular one. Of course, 80,000 pyrotechnics will be fired into the air during the 7-minute, 11-second show. The fireworks are coming from these 8 locations on the strip, plus off of Rozyla downtown. There will also be a countdown to midnight on the Stratosphere. You can see the whole show without even leaving your home, of course. Watch our coverage of 8 News Now. Fired up for 2015, starting at 10 p.m. Fireworks start at midnight.
A woman accused of hitting and killing a grandfather walking with his granddaughter.
Look here, and then he flies up, dirt, and then I feel bam, and I look in my rear view, and she's on my trailer.
Why the suspect's defense says she should not be charged. Their strategy in explaining why she left the scene without helping the man she hit. And a winter wonderland turning into a landfill, a problem people are creating for those who call Mount Charleston home. The police and family services are investigating the death of a 5-month-old child. Arilee Jo Balance died over the weekend. She had been hospitalized since December 15th. Family Services says the agency received a complaint about possible abuse back in August, but after investigating, they say they found no proof and the case was closed. Metro is waiting on an official cause of death before making any potential arrests.
A woman accused of killing a Las Vegas grandfather after allegedly hitting him with her car could now be facing a jury trial. Her attorney argued the judge should have thrown the case out, even though the suspect turned herself into authorities about a week after the deadly hit and run. 8 News Now reporter Mauricio Marin was in court today. He joins us with arguments from both sides.
Good evening there. Galina Kolova is accused of killing 63-year-old Michael Grubbs and hurting his 18-month-old granddaughter last month, just days before Thanksgiving. Today, the judge moved her case forward, and next time she's in court, she's expected to plead not guilty. Now, Kolova's attorney says she turned herself in because she's innocent.
No, it should be innocent. It should be an indication of anything but guilt. A guilty person doesn't turn themselves in. They run. She didn't run. She turned herself in, and that was it.
The stakes are very high in something like this, so passions tend to run high, and both sides don't always agree.
Kolova's attorney kept arguing that his client shouldn't be charged because she didn't know she hit a person. The victim's family was also in the courtroom. They were upset that Kolova didn't appear to be sorry for what she's accused of doing. Now, several witnesses took the stand. One even says they got rammed by the car Kolova was driving that day, and then she took off.
I slowed down as I was trying to pull over to see what happened, and the driver, the Civic, cut around me again on the shoulder, possibly into the desert area, and tried to leave.
That's when other witnesses pulled over at the deadly hit and run near Warm Springs Road and Rainbow Boulevard. They tried to help the victim, who later died. Now, Kolova is still in jail tonight after her bail got raised to $100,000 earlier this month. The district attorney's office says she's a flight risk and a significant danger to the community. She's due back in court in about 2 weeks. Dave, Paula?
Thanks, Mauricio. Well, first it was the threat of snow. Now the cold comes, and the next couple of days are going to be chilly, especially for southern Nevada.
Temperatures are dropping tonight just in time for New Year's Eve. Ted Florendo has been tracking the weather, and he joins us once more with what's in store for tonight and the rest of the week.
Yeah, guys, the big story, of course, was some of the snowflakes we saw across the region. Viewers sent us a lot of pictures and videos of the snow today. And check out this one from Bethany Chapman, her dog Reba, playing in the flurries, chasing down those snowflakes. Dogs always have all the fun, right? And check out this video from Laughlin. Wow, this one comes from KLBC TV and was shared with us. Laughlin, which normally does not get any snow because it's lower in elevation, did get a lot of snow today. They picked up ½ an inch officially, but this one looks like it's a lot more collected on the roadways in Arizona there too. We knew that was going to happen because that moisture was really close to there. But here, looks like we just picked up a trace in some locales. Outside right now, though, as we take a look, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. It is dry at this hour. We've got a hard freeze warning that goes into effect at 10 p.m. And this lasts all the way through Friday as our temperatures drop into 20s by the morning hours. New Year's Eve could be one of the coldest in quite some time, so it looks like we do have some cold temperatures on the way. Right now it is quite chilly. Temperatures right now 40 for Sunrise Mountain, the lake's at 38, 37 for Green Valley, 40 for Aliante, and 37 for Henderson, downtown Henderson. 22 Tonopah, Prump at 42, 35, so Searchlight, Laughlin 37. Already 38 for you in Mesquite, and Prim at 37 degrees. I apologize, my tie was off. It already looks like I'm starting New Year's Eve. It looks like I'm starting New Year's Eve coverage already, or it's over with. What's up? 43 degrees outside was the official high for the day today. 34 degrees is what we dropped to overnight. Guess what? It's going to be colder than that tonight as we get into the 20s, that's for sure. Here are weather alerts. That hard freeze warning we talked about. This is in all these areas shaded in purple, okay? That means temperatures are going to drop to the 20s, and it's not just tonight. Notice it goes to Friday at 8 a.m., so temperatures will be in the 20s also for Friday morning, too. As we take a look at the radar now, that low's still pushing off towards the southeast here. It's still wrapping around some moisture, but this is not touching the ground. This is evaporating before it's touching the ground. But with the dew points now starting to go up, that's starting to saturate the air a little bit more. Some of this, very slight chance we could see maybe some light flurries in some isolated spots, but it's a very slight chance. That futurecast pushes it way out of here by later on tonight, and of course, by later on tomorrow. We should be really in the clear away from that stuff. So tonight, 27 degrees, very cold. We've got that freeze warning that starts tonight. Winds anywhere from 5 to 15, but I think they'll be closer to 10. 42 for tomorrow, mainly sunny, staying chilly, and below average for this time of the year. I want to pinpoint your neighborhoods here and show you exactly what you're going to get tonight. Green Valley, 28 tonight, 25 Aliante. The Lake's 26, Kyle Canyon at 10. Those of you outside the valley, we've got you covered. Pioche only at 7. Wow, Mesquite 23 degrees, Searchlight 22, Prim 23 degrees for the overnight temperature in Laughlin. We'll have a low of 27 degrees. Now on to your 7-day forecast. We're looking at more sunshine as we head into the weekend. Temperature should be in the mid-50s, and we're looking at the low 60s eventually by late next week, Dave.
All right, Ted, there is a silver lining, and here it is. Mount Charleston got a few more inches of fresh snow overnight all the way through this afternoon. Check out these photos, too, sent to us from the Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort. It's a popular place during the winter for all sorts of outdoor fun. Many people are headed up to the mountain to do some sledding, but some are leaving a mess behind. Ron McInerney sent us these photos showing broken sleds and trash left behind in Lee Canyon. He tells us that this is happening on marked private properties, people just ignoring the no trespassing signs, blocking gates and climbing over fences and then leaving their garbage behind. People who live in the area say every year they get some visitors, but this year it's been packed, and that even the public areas are seeing an overload of trash.
Getting ready to retire a controversial coal-fired plant for good. A step taken at Reed Gardner today, bringing it closer to a total shutdown. Plus,
I'm Lauren Rozyla, live on the Strip where people are already gathering for New Year's Eve. What you need to know before heading out tonight, coming up.
Now, Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now at 6.
Today, a large portion of the Reed Gardner coal-fired plant is shutting down for good. 3 of the plant's 4 boilers are now retired. This follows years of complaints from the nearby Moapa Band of Paiutes. They say breathing pollution from the coal-fired plant caused many people serious health problems. NV Energy runs the plant and intends to shut off the final boiler in a few years. They say it's part of a switch to focus more on solar energy. We're hours away from one of the largest New Year's Eve celebrations in America.
Yeah, police have the strip blocked off to traffic so people can just freely walk the streets. So let's check in with Lauren Rozyla live on the Las Vegas Boulevard. Lauren, look a little chilly out there.
Yeah, so Dave and Paula, as you guys may know, I am from the Midwest, spent a couple of years in Chicago, grew up in Michigan, so my parents would be ashamed at how cold I am. So let me tell you exactly what I've got on to try and stay warm. So I've got my hat, I have these very fancy gloves, I have 2 scarves, of course, color coordinating, which I think perfects this lovely look with this new red lip that I am trying tonight. Also, I have on leggings and jeans and Uggs. Very warm. So I'm planning on being very warm and toasty tonight. But we do also want to tell you guys about some of those road closures that are happening tonight. So take a look out at the strip at kind of what we've got out going right now. So at 6 p.m., all of the roads leading to the strip between Sahara and Mandalay Bay will be closed. So the strip will be completely closed to all cars within the next few minutes. NHP troopers and NDOT are already shutting down on and off ramps at Spring Mountain Road, Flamingo, and Tropicana. Now, we want you to remember that all of these road closures are so that way tourists can make it down the road safely. We want to make sure that they're able to go from casino to casino and not have any hazards in their way and be able to fully enjoy all the fireworks. And if you want to follow all of our coverage, make sure that you just follow the hashtag VegasNYE, and of course watch our coverage that starts tonight at 10 o'clock. Reporting live on the strip, Lauren Rozyla, 8 News Now. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lauren.
She looks great.
Yeah,
By the way, she'll be out there live tonight, too, between 10 and midnight, as we all will be at our positions and reporting on the goings-on there on the
And
strip.
maybe a little cold.
Me.
Just a little.
Layers is the trick.
That's and I've got it up. I got a bag over there ready to go.
Me
need
too.
to borrow anything.
Here we go.
I got you covered. This is one of the coldest we've seen in a couple of years. 30 degrees could be our temperature at midnight, but the wind's dying down.
Good.
Let's fire up those fireworks tonight.
We'll see our breath. All right, we'll see you out live.
And join us at 10 p.m. as we get ready to get fired up for 2015.